Welcome to Journey to the Rise. I'm your host, Lucretia. This episode is long overdue. I had the privilege to interview the creator and owner of Moose Lake Mustard, based out of Chautauqua, Wisconsin. I am not a big fan of mustard, but when I ordered a Cuban sandwich from Cheese Louise, located in northwestern Wisconsin, I knew there was something special inside. Finally, I asked Pat, the owner, what made his Cuban sandwich so special. And he filled me in on the secret. And I knew I needed to track down this mustard. For someone who's not a big fan, I have eaten this stuff by dipping crackers right into it. And when I looked into this brand and I discovered it was being made in a town not that far from me, I knew I needed to hear more. The woman behind Moose Lake Mustard was so kind to honor me with this interview, and I cannot wait for you to hear her story. Please welcome Tammy.
So today we get to talk with this rapidly growing favorite in the form of mustard, and we get to talk to the woman who is behind it all, find out the inspiration, the motivation behind Moose Lake Mustard, where it came from, and the empowered woman who is bringing it to life and bringing a brand sought after, not only just in homes but restaurants. Tammy, thank you so much for being here today.
Thank you so much for inviting me to be a part of your podcast. I'm
Yeah,
excited.
me too. So I just want to dive right in. Where did you grow up?
I grew up in a town called Durand, Wisconsin. It's about 30 minutes south of Eau Claire area. And it's along the Chippewa River is runs right by Durand, Wisconsin. So
Okay,
it's
yeah.
a neat little town.
Nice. So, was there anything in your childhood or your upbringing that kind of helped you develop into who you are today?
Lots of, being respectful, helping others out when you can, uh, appreciating what you have, especially food. We, always had great food and we always, appreciated it, didn't take it for granted. Um, we just appreciated everything that we had. So I think that's a big thing, appreciation and respect.
Yeah, just good down home morals and
Yes,
values.
for sure.
Yes. So, after high school, where did life lead you?
I ended up staying in my hometown, worked there, got married, raised a family, and just hung out there for many, many years. So I think, gosh, that I think we were down there for a good 35 years or so.
Wow,
Yeah.
that's awesome.
Yep.
And
For a
so,
married.
where did your culinary drive to create? Where did this come from?
Mostly my mom,
Yeah.
but also my grandmas, my aunts, lots of other family members were influential. I came from a family that loved to cook, and there was always picnics and celebrations and things. And so you just were around food like all the time and learned new recipes or learned new ways to make items or and to enjoy them
Mm-hmm.
together.
So, who taught you how to cook? Was that like your mom's influence or a grandma's influence?
Mostly my mom.
Okay.
Yes. And then just a lot on my own too. I just
That's
kind
awesome.
of um learned, just kept learning on my own as well. So,
Wow. So
yeah.
how with you having this passion for cooking and having the background from your mom, which is awesome that she passed that down. I've run into so
Yeah.
many people who are like, "Well, my mom didn't cook, so I don't know how."
Right.
How did you even come up with this idea of creating and then curating this mustard?
Well, it actually was my mom's idea. She had wanted to do this for years and years and years, but she never, got to um, get that done. So it was her dream and her passion um, to make this happen. And but her original recipe um, was very, very spicy and very hot, and I did a lot of tweaking over the years, and to make it my own because I just didn't care for the really, really hot one. And
Sure.
I, you know, just wanted to make it my own. I didn't really, um, I wanted to make sure that it was something I wanted to eat and my family. And that's my original version. And then people wanted it to be kicked up a little bit. So then I went back into her archives
Yeah.
to get influence on something to make it, spicy. So now I have a spicy version. But
Wow.
but yeah, she's been gone 28 years. So
Oh,
this is, something that she wanted to do. And so it's kind of letting her legacy live on
yeah.
too.
That's
But it's a collaboration of her and me, and lots of taste testers too over the years.
that's
So
so incredibly special. Like
yes,
she would be so proud and excited.
yes, and she never had a name for her mustard. I kind of want to say it was going to be like Kay's hot mustard or something, but she never really got that far.
Hmm.
And so I had to come up with a name for mine because my kids and their friends just kept calling it your mom's mustard. Are you bringing your mom's mustard? And so I just, when I brought it publicly, I had to come up with a name.
Yeah.
So,
How did you come up with this name for it?
well, my cabin's called Moose Lake Lodge. So
Oh,
I love moose and I live on a lake. So Moose Lake
yeah.
Mustard just seemed to be like the fitting name.
So it's really a tribute to like everything that's important to you, your family, your home, like everything that you were raised on. Like that's amazing.
Yes. Yep. And just, my kids and their friends, they had been asking because they would come visit and be like, where can I buy this? When are you going to get this in the stores or whatever? So
Wow.
um they've grown up with it since they were really little, and we had to deliver many containers to River Falls. That's where both of our boys went to college.
Nice.
And now we even have some that are being shipped out to some of these guys too.
Wow. That's
So
awesome.
yeah, so it's really cool.
So how long did it take to develop this recipe? It sounds like years.
Yes. um like I said, my mom had like her base, recipe and stuff, and I worked with that, but then I also worked with other things that I liked and that I really wanted to include in it. And I would just take it to different gatherings and say, what do you think now? What do you
Wow.
think this time? And just have
Yeah.
people taste test it until I got it to where I really think, it's where it is today. And so lots and lots of taste testers.
That's awesome.
And trial and error, lots of making and adding
Yeah.
and deleting and tweaking. And
So
so,
this process sounds really complicated. Thankfully, you had like an audience where you could go and taste and get immediate feedback, which is awesome. But what is a process like to develop a high quality mustard?
well, there's just a combination of a lot of ingredients that we, put together, and but you have to, I'm in a state certified kitchen, and, we have to, um, it's the process of making it, and then um, packaging it, getting your orders out and ready, and delivering. So there's a lot to the whole Moose Lake mustard world.
Yeah. And are you mainly doing this by yourself or do you have
My
like a
husband
team?
helps me.
Okay.
My husband helps me, and then I have a son and that will help me when he can too, and my sister will help when she can, and then I have another gentleman who's willing to help me deliver when I
Nice.
need help too.
Yeah.
So
Just wonderful little assistants that come in
yes,
as needed. A nice
yes,
little
for
part-time
sure.
support team, which is awesome.
Uh-huh. Yes, that's what I need. Lots and lots of support,
Yes.
which
I
which that I found lots of it in the customer world for sure.
Sure. Yeah, absolutely. So you create this product. Clearly, you want to share it. You've gotten the feedback. So, how did the process go? Like, where do you even begin to get it into the hands of the public?
Well, we had moved up here to Chautauqua, and I had met this owner of the bakery in town. Her name was Lisa, and um, I gave her a container to sample, and we talked probably a couple weeks later, and she said, "I want to help you with this. This is amazing."
Wow.
And so she took me under her wing there and started making it, and then we sold it in her cooler, and it was just like
Oh
all
my gosh.
exciting, and she put it on Facebook, and then we ended up making it there for quite a while, um and until they sold the bakery. but
Oh
um
man.
but that's where it all started, is finally getting it with a name and to the public that they could actually purchase it.
Wow. That had to be so exciting for you.
But was, yes, it was great, and Lisa was a great supporter, and she was my a big taste tester as well for my spicy. So
Oh, nice.
yeah.
We're going to take a short break and give an update on this podcast. Those who have followed, listened, and supported this podcast from the beginning, I'm sure you have noticed there's been a hiatus. During this break, I have been debating on the future of this podcast. It is a lot of work, and I don't have a lot of extra time, but when I'm not producing it, I miss it. One thing I have noticed during my time interviewing people, I would be asked about me. My initial intention with this podcast was to showcase the guest, let them have the spotlight, and I would ask the prompting questions to help them be at their best while sharing their story. But setting up interviews, rescheduling them, have people pull no shows, then reaching out, following up, then editing, promoting, it became a lot for one person with a tight schedule. The idea of bringing in someone who could help carry the conversation with innovation, creativity, and inspiration was at the forefront of my mind. And then I saw a post that resonated, and I quickly reached out, and thankfully, Chelsea said yes. So, in the next upcoming episodes, you're going to hear change in format. They will be shorter, but packed with insight, and you're going to get to know Chelsea and myself in a deeper level as we not only entertain, enlighten, but inspire you. So I can't wait for you to join us every Tuesday with our new episodes. So let's get back with Tammy and Moose Lake Mustard.
So, who was the first restaurant that picked up your mustard and started putting it into their menu?
Phil's Bar and Grill in Chautauqua, and shortly after that, Fireway Roadhouse in Cameron. They both
Wow.
have been great, great supporters and customers. And I love the collaboration that my mustard will help sell sandwiches or chicken wings or fish fry or whatever, because they have it on their menu. So,
That's amazing.
yes.
And so the next step, I'm guessing, was grocery stores. So, like, what
Yes.
did you need to do to start distributing it into grocery stores?
Well, they contacted me.
No way.
Yes.
Oh,
So,
wow.
so you know, I just followed what their orders, and got them taken care of, and their signage, and greatly have appreciated all of their, support and help through this journey.
Amazing. And so, what has the feedback been that you've received from customers now that it's, available more broadly?
My goodness, so much feedback. Um, all positive feedback. They're happy that
Wonderful.
they can get it in lots of different places. Um, and I'm just grateful, thankful, and blessed that they are, that everybody's loving it. People of all ages, moms say it's how they get their kids to eat their vegetables.
Whoa, that's
And
huge.
yeah, people that, just love it on all kinds of things. I get sent all different ideas of what they've used it on. And it's just, making them happy is just a great thing for me. So,
That's amazing. That
yeah,
has to feel so good. Like all these years of hard work and trial and error and trial and this and that,
yes,
to have people just really love what you've created from your heart.
yes, yep, for sure.
That's awesome. So, do you even
Mhm.
know how many restaurants you've partnered with?
We're up to over like around 14 or so.
Oh my
And,
gosh.
some can be seasonal, but I think we're around that number that I know
Wow.
of
Yeah.
for sure. You know, I don't know those people that, buy it at the store and then maybe
Sure.
have it um, at their restaurant as well too. And, I don't know about all of those things, but
Right. And you also have a really wonderful connection with the Loaded Tray, where your mustard is offered in sample sizes with her charcuterie boards. How did that partnership develop between the two of you?
well, I was Samantha, who owns Hope and Anchor, was doing charcuterie boards and had reached out to use my mustard on their charcuterie boards. And Olivia, who is owner of the Loaded Tray, jumped on board to help them with charcuterie boards at the time. And so we collaborated because of that. And Olivia is a great person, and it's wonderful to see her creations and to um, to collaborate with her on her beautiful charcuterie. And because of me, I have another friend, that girl Bree in River Falls, who does charcuteries as well, and her and Olivia now have hooked up and you
Oh,
know it's just kind of like a fun collaboration between those two as well also. And even though they're a few miles apart, they follow each other. And I think
nice.
just is a great new relationship because of Moose Lake Mustard.
Yeah. Yeah. You're bringing people and communities together.
Yes, yes, and that's a good thing, I think.
Absolutely. Yeah. You can't go wrong with that. And when you look back from taking this from an idea that your mom had into a place
Mhm.
where restaurants are tagging you when they post their menu options to like, you know, the Loaded Tray making, bringing that to people's attention. Like, what has this journey been like for you? And what is this like? What does it feel like when this is all happening?
It's definitely overwhelmingly a happy feeling. I just, am so happy to partner and collaborate with these people, and to just bring joy to so many people. And I'm like I said, I'm just humbled and grateful for it all. So
That's awesome. When I first discovered your mustard, I was at Cheese Louise and I had ordered their Cuban sandwich, and I always hesitate when it comes to mustard, but like I know that's part of that sandwich, and so I went with it, and like right away with the first bite, I'm like, okay, there's something very different, like something that's making this a little step up, and I had to have it again. And I went back and I finally asked the owner, I'm like, what is with this sandwich? And he's like, it's the mustard. And I'm like, okay, I don't even hardly like mustard. What do you mean it's the mustard? And now I literally will take your mustard and dip crackers in it and just eat it like that. I put it on an egg roll the other day and
yeah.
I was like, this is better than sweet and sour sauce. Like,
Yes, you will find lots of things. I mean, I we can't go a day without it on
yeah,
something in our home. So um you will get very adjusted to it, and you
hmm,
will love it and want to keep eating it. You want
yeah.
wanting more, I guess.
I have a roommate and he went to get your mustard and I'm like, absolutely not. Like you can get the little yellow thing in the door. Like do not. Like no. Like this will be a problem. And he's like,
Yeah.
okay, like whatever. Just thought
Yeah.
it's mustard. And I'm like,
Have to
no.
fight over it.
Yes. I'm like, you don't get the good mustard. You can have the stuff in, no. Mm-mm.
Yeah, I do hear that. I hear husbands and wives, there's a his and her section now. And so it's kind of interesting about that. But I do sell retail bulk at a shop in Chautauqua called Elite Market. And some of the people that they will go and just get the bulk, hers and his. So they'll be good
Oh,
for a while, but they mark.
yeah. Yeah, I don't like my roommate well enough to do that. But
Yeah,
he can get his own. It's fine.
there you go.
But I love that. I love that you're saving relationships by offering options,
Yes, absolutely. Trying to do my best,
Exactly. You not all heroes wear capes. Like,
Right, right.
so what's ahead for you in the upcoming year?
Well, just want to keep making people happy and collaborating and making sure they have lots of Moose Lake mustard around
Yeah.
to help them with that task. So,
It's a big, big job.
yes, it is a big job, but
Yeah.
like I said, I'm so happy to be able to collaborate and help a lot of stores and restaurants and just people in general.
Yeah, I had seen a restaurant post like their Friday night fish fry and they had tagged you and I'm like, oh wait a minute, like where's this place? I need to go there.
Yeah,
Other than that, I'm like, oh, just another Friday night fish fry,
yeah,
scroll. But as soon as I saw that, I'm like, wait a minute.
yes,
I
yeah,
need to
it gives you a whole new spin on your fish fry to have to try the Moose Lake mustard, and that was um, came about a situation. My oldest son went on a fishing trip with his buddies, and always, I would send my mustard with them. And
awesome.
here they were out in an ice fishing shack, and they stayed out on the water. They never came back in or anything. They went to fry their fish and they had nothing for tartar sauce at all.
Oh no.
They're like, all we have is your mom's mustard. And so they started eating it and they're like, that's the only thing we're ever using again in our lives is
Whoa.
mustard on our fish fry. So it just became a kind of a thing. And, now we're all loving that on our fish
Yeah.
fry.
Yeah, I can't wait to try it. Like, and I'm a big fan of tartar sauce, so if it's like
Yeah.
shoving that off to the side, I'm on board
Yep.
to see what this is about.
It's good on
So,
that and your baked potato and everything else.
and like I said, an
Everything
egg roll,
Yeah.
like I just
know.
thought, I don't know why I thought of trying it. I'm like, I mean, what could go wrong? I'm like, I like egg rolls. I like this mustard. And so I just, put a nice line down the middle and I'm like, heaven, this is heaven.
For sure.
So if someone wants to find more about you, how they can find your products, how can they find you?
Well, I do have a website, mooselakemustard.com. And on the website, we'll give you also some ideas to use the Moose Lake mustard on that people have sent in to me.
I love that.
Yeah, so that will be on there. And also locations. There's also an O'Galley cheese factory that will ship it out as well too.
Really?
Yep. So they ship out a lot for us. You can also follow me on Facebook at mooselakemustard.com. And also you can email me at tammy@mooselakemustard.com. So
whoa, get direct contact.
Yeah, if people have any questions or, want to set up any, orders for their stores or restaurants or just to see, personally, how do I get this for my family reunion? Or,
right? Yeah.
I'm having a big barbecue and I need Moose Lake mustard. Where can I get it?
That of this stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's get you more restaurants. That'd be exciting.
Sure. So anyway, those are some ideas of where you can, find me that I can, try to help with any questions or information.
That's amazing. I so appreciate your time. I know you're super busy. I just love the idea that you just had like you just created a mustard, and like it's not just any mustard, it's like taking over, and people are traveling and going ice fishing with it. Like that's huge. They're like, this is pushing tartar sauce off the table.
Yeah.
Like, so I was
Yeah.
just fascinated. I just love it.
Oh, thank you so much.
But yeah, I really appreciate you being here. I just hope for continued success, and yeah, let's get you more restaurants. I am
Yeah.
down for that.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much. I appreciate all the love and support from everyone, and this was an honor to be part of your podcast.
Oh, you're so kind. I appreciate you.
Thank you for joining me on this episode of Journey to the Rise. If you have an idea that you feel called to explore, I hope this episode helps to demonstrate what is possible when you go after your dream. It won't always be easy, but it will be possible. In our next episode, you will be joining not just me, but Chelsea Albert, holistic healer. You're about to experience a change in this format, and I cannot wait for you to hear what is ahead. Thank you so much for listening to this episode of Journey to the Rise. This episode was produced and edited by Girl Boss Productions.